Greetings and salutations, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody is safe. Hope everybody is having a good and safe time. That's what I meant. Welcome to Logic Lounge with your boy Fleezy Jones. It's me, episode 16, brought to you by the great. I don't have my sanitizer. Block Legend 7. What's going on, everybody? Yo, episode 16. It's getting there, man. So, I'm out of town right now, visiting family. So, this is the Logic Lounge QC version. I'm out in the Quad Cities, man. Um, First of all, I'm stunned because, like I say, it's been just getting better, 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 better. Right? Thank you, Double M. So, right, we are at episode 16, man. Just had a beautiful interview with Block Legend 7, man, and now, man, I get the honor and privilege to have a sit down with a young lady, man, that is like, I'm telling you, yo, if you don't know about her, if you sleep, you're definitely going to be woke after this interview. This young lady is, Tampa, Florida's finest. She is self proclaimed the princess of hip hop. She is killing it with the numbers, man, like the attention. And mind you, she's been in the game for under 10 years. Right now, she's just been at it for 7. So, like I say, I get the pleasure of having the out of town episode, me, Joker Rick, and the championship get to have a sit down with the one and only Pretti Emage, man. Like I say, I'm not gonna even break down everything until I get this young lady up here. Like I say, she is like doing crazy numbers on YouTube, doing her thing on Spotify, Apple Music. She's all over the place right now, man, doing her thing. And she took the time out her schedule to have a sit down with me, man. So without further ado, y'all, I'm going to bring that young lady up here. Yo,
Hi.
greetings, PE. You know, I had to shorten it up, man. I do that with nicknames, man. So I'm gonna call you PE. Yo, thank you for coming to the lounge today. How are you, first and foremost?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am good, man. I'm better now that I get to have a sit down with you, man. I wanted to bring you up while I explained, from what you gave me and the research I did on my own
Mhm.
about you, man. To be in the game under 10 years, the numbers that you are doing, the vibe that you have with your music is absolutely crazy. And like, I'm a realist. I'm not the type. I give flowers where they're due. So man,
Same.
I'm like amazed at what you're doing right now.
Thank
Like this
you.
is absolutely dope, man. So well, I wanted to bring you up as I broke down that you have been in the game, as you said, for they share with me for 7 years now, as
Hmm.
far as R&B and rap.
Yeah.
Okay. But with that, since you were, and let me make sure I got my notes with me, 8 years old, you've
Yeah.
also dabbled in actress and modeling, like
Yes,
acting.
that's correct.
Could you
Yes.
please elaborate on that for me?
So I started when I was about 8 years old, getting into modeling and acting. I done commercials such as Sitco commercials. I'm also in TV series. I'm also in a TV series now that we're filming called Line 'em Up in Tampa, Florida, and also I'll be filming a movie in Los Angeles. So it's just a lot going on. I've also been dancing ever since I was 5 years old. So I've done it all.
Okay. And I'm about to, I got to kick it off right, PE. I'm about to ask a question that might get me knocked out, but I ask that you just hit me in the gut and not my face. And I only ask this because of the amazing numbers that I'm seeing at such early time frame. How old are you, PE?
20.
I don't have a mic, so I'm gonna drop the pen. So modeling since the age of 8 years old,
Mhm.
acting, still currently doing acting, and
Yes.
killing it in the hip hop and R&B field for seven
Yes.
years strong.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, man. Well, I like I say, man, my hat goes off to you. So I'm gonna get
Thank
right
you.
into it, man. I wanna
Okay.
definitely pick your brain if I can.
Okay.
So with the music, you shared with me that you grew your love for the music and the entertainment field by going to studio sessions with your father, who is a rapper as well. And that, do I understand that's Risky Entertainment? Is that
Yeah, my manager, yes.
oh,
He was a rapper, yeah.
okay? So you grew your love for being in studio sessions and things like that with him. So I wanted to elaborate on that a little more. How did you know that, okay, with him being a rapper, how did you, can you elaborate on what he did that inspired you to say, yo, I'm gonna do R&B and rap?
So really, my dad, he brought all of us, me and my siblings, into the studio. We also hopped on some of his tracks, like sang some of his hooks on his tracks. And being up there and singing into the mic, and then watching my father do it, and then also being in schools for arts. So like every school that I went to, it was for the arts, dance, acting, singing. So I just was always around music, always around entertainment business. And that's how I grew a love for it, being on that mic and actually singing as a little kid on my dad's hooks.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, so you dabbled in it actually while learning. You got to do it hands on, so that's even better. That
Yeah.
actually, I can see how that can grow a natural love for that. Okay,
Yes.
so with that said, man, like, can you get? When did you like separate yourself? When did you know? Okay, I'm gonna do this, and like, when did you do something maybe solo? I have an even better question. When did you go from helping to actually doing yourself music wise? You say you started with hooks and things like that with your father. When did you kind of do your own thing? When did that start?
Well, really, I was originally in a group with my sister. That's when we started back in 2016, and we've been writing our music ever since we started. But in 2021 is when I really we separated, and she went on to doing her own thing, and I wanted to take the name Pretti Emage over, and that's when I went solo. And that's when I made my first song. How would you feel? That was my first song ever recording solo. And so
Okay.
that's how, yeah, I really got solo and doing my own thing. It was in 2021.
Okay. So you were in the group. So then the name Pretty Image was once a part of a duo, and
Yeah,
then you took it on as a
yeah,
solo
as
artist.
myself. Yep.
Okay. So where did the name Pretty Image come from? How did you come about with that name?
So actually, me and my sister, we were in high school, and my dad was just giving us a list of names, and Pretty Image really stood out to us. We was at lunch, actually. We was at lunch, and he was giving us a list of names, and me and my sister was like, "Oh, Pretty Image, like that's unique. Like we never heard of it before. It's spelled different, and that's the name that we came up
And
with."
you just kind of rocked with it
Yeah.
from there. Okay, okay. Well, that's dope, man. Well, thank you for everybody coming in once again, man. You are tuning in to the Logic Lounge with your boy Fleezy Jones, brought to you by Black Legend 7. We are speaking with Tampa's finest, the princess of hip hop, Pretty
Yeah.
Image. Just getting a chance to pick her brain today. And now I gotta ask that, man, like that with the music that you have, right? From what I've heard, first of all, and I went to Apple Music, YouTube, and Spotify for my homework. My
Hmm.
shit on the hip hop side is first place. I'm sorry, that's kind of why I threw
Okay.
that in the
Okay.
promo. Now on the R&B side, now what's my favorite? And I may be biased, It's addictive.
Okay. Okay.
Addictive, which that's what I use for the promo.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, I see.
absolutely love that song. The feel of it is totally different. So with that, you guys, if you haven't checked these songs out, you'll understand after the live, of course. But I gotta ask, man, like, is there an intentional difference between Pretty Image on the rap side and Pretti Emage on the R&B side? And if so, what is that difference?
The difference between the hip hop and like the R&B. Um, Really, the hip hop part is I'm more hardcore. Like as you can hear it in my cadence, like I'm more hardcore, straightforward with the rap. And then with the R&B, I'm more of like the soft and then like the loving side of me and just like really when I be coming up with my R&B, it's really speaking from like experience, like like boyfriends experience, breakups experience. So it's really coming from experience with the R&B.
Okay. Okay. Now, I wanted to, I'm glad you said that because I'd like to piggyback off that. Now, with that, is there, because I see mostly you have the hip hop side, is there any plans for like a straight up R&B project when it comes to Pretty Image right
Hmm. I have no plans with that. Honestly, really, when I write my songs, I really just feel the beat and then I just really write what I feel. So, like, 1 minute I can feel a hip hop beat and then I'm just gonna rap. And the next minute, I'm gonna just, okay, I wanna do a soft song, speak my feelings. So, it really all depends. Like, I never really have like an album to where, like, okay, I wanna do straight rap and hip hop or I wanna do straight R&B. It's just whatever I'm feeling at the time.
now? That's an awesome answer, and I love that because that actually means that you're extremely
Yeah.
versatile. That there's no closed in, that doesn't keep you boxed
Right.
in when you have a mind state like that. And again, that boggles my mind because you're 20. You're
Yeah.
20. You get what I'm saying? And like when it takes people different times. Everybody does everything different. But to
Yeah.
see what you're doing at such a young age, you got nowhere to go but up, and that's like absolutely
Of
dope,
course.
man.
Thank
Like,
you.
so digging into the business side of Pretty Image, now you started your inspiration from your father, who's been in the music industry deep as well. When did you guys make the transition from him being like your father, your idol, or however you set him to manager as far as the business goes?
So really, my father has always been my manager. He was my manager when I started acting and modeling since I was 8. He'll send my headshots and everything to different agencies, my agencies that I have, and so he was always my manager
Awesome.
from with the acting and modeling. So it was only right to have him as my manager when I do music.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And do you ever have like at that age? I gotta ask because at the end of the day, he still is your father.
Right.
And with you and with the songs that I've heard, have you ever had a run in where you have to worry like, yo, what is my father gonna think about this song? Anything like that, or do you have a relationship where you're able to be as free as you want and bring pretty image how you
With
want?
my music, I'm able to be free. Like he's like, you grown, you make whatever music you want to make. Him and my mom, they actually go to the studio with me when I record. So yeah, so like I'm free to write whatever I write. I'm free to feel however I feel in my music. So with that, he don't care. As long as it's a banger and people gonna love it, that's
That's what's
it.
up, man. That the energy behind that is so dope because that's a comfortability that you already have
Yeah.
that you don't have to worry about it. You can just be as free as possible. You have a
Hmm.
comfortability. There's trust there. This is your family. So that
Yeah.
man, that's like dope to hear. So with that, man, again, going into the age frame, you
Hmm.
wear a lot of hats, man. You're doing acting, you're doing
Yep.
modeling, you're writing. That's in the production field. On top of performing at such a young age, how do you juggle those hats? Do you run into struggles, and if so, how do you get through those struggles?
Sometimes I do. It was to a point where sometimes I feel like it was just too much. Because on top of that, I also have my outside job that I work. as a teacher for 3-year-olds. So, you know, trying to do that and then juggle between, you know, my music and then acting. I'm always so busy. Like I'm always, you know, I have interviews, I have shows coming up, da 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 da. So it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot. Sometimes I feel like I don't really get the rest that I need to get. But I really just try to have a set schedule of, okay, I'm working on this. Like if I have to have a song, okay, I'm gonna have a set day to where I'm gonna finish a song. Like I'm gonna finish it Tuesday, go record Wednesday. Like I have to have me a set schedule so I don't get too piled, like everything piled up on me. And plus
That
my managers, they always help me with that too, with the scheduling as well.
awesome. The teamwork, which that is important. But you know, again, that takes a different type of discipline to be able to do that when there's so much other stuff that usually people of that age bracket want to do. So again, how do you juggle with that? Do you ever feel like, hey, I want to go out and do this instead of that? How do you keep that focus on your actual career and know that this is what I want to do? Because that's a young age to be that disciplined. Do you run into struggles with that?
Um, like with like wanting to go out and hang out and stuff like
With
that. You know,
friends, things like that, yeah.
yeah, I have my times where I do, you know, have my times where I can hang out, and then sometimes, you know, my friends they understand, okay, I can't hang out this weekend because I got a show. So I have my times where I do hang out. Like I'm still free to do whatever I want to do. Like if I want to go hang out, I want to go shopping, I want to go here, I want to go to the movies or whatever. Like I still have my freedom to do what I want to do. But I know when it's time to do my music, when it's time to focus on my career, it's time to do that.
Okay, okay. That is awesome. And again, for those just coming in, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are tuning in to Logic Lounge with your boy Fleezy Jones, episode 16, brought to you by the Great Glock Legend 7. We are speaking with the awesome, Pretty Image, the princess of hip hop, which
Yeah.
again, now born and raised in Tampa, right? That's
Hmm.
your stomping grounds. That's where
Yeah.
you man. And okay, now I gotta ask, man. When did you? Because you didn't just like open the door. You kind of kicked it in. When did you know? Say, hey, listen, Pretty Image, princess of hip hop. Like, give me the story on that. Where did that come from?
Really, my dad started calling me the princess of hip hop, and then like
Nice.
ever since my fans on Instagram been calling me the princess of hip hop, so I was like, I'm taking that name. That's my name. I'm claiming that name, and I got to stand on what I stand on. So I really hold, you know, a really high expectation to that name because I'm the princess of hip hop. You know, I feel like I'm young. I'm coming in the game. There's a lot of, you know, female artists that are coming out now. I feel like, and I'm one of them. And I feel like I'm the youngest one coming up. So
That's actually absolutely true. Like that's facts. That's just straight up facts. And like I say, what from what I heard, like man, you actually got something to talk about. You know what I mean? You have a different feel. I could tell there's thought put into your art,
yeah,
and that's like dope, man. So when it comes to that, right? You're still young, man. You got people looking because your numbers are crazy. So you
mm,
got YouTube, and you know, in that you got a lot of the youth that's looking into Pretty Image, right?
yeah.
As far as what you do you have a certain message that you would give to the youth that's trying to do something that you're doing? The reason I'm asking that is because, like I say, your energy. I was looking at an Instagram video when I was doing my homework, and you were practicing for a show, right? You have
Yes.
a coolness about yourself
Hmm.
on top of a ruggedness, right? And I can tell that there's actual thought to that. So say you have those people, right? Because we're talking about you're in the well hundred thousands on YouTube alone. So a lot of
Yeah.
that I know is the youth. What would you say to a person that's trying to start? You know what I mean? What type of advice would you give to the youth that's pretty average?
I would just say, you know, always be you, always stay true to you. Don't let nobody change you. Don't let the industry change you. The industry, you know, aspect of what they think a female artist or what they think a young artist should be. Don't let them change you. You know, always stay true to you. Always keep going. You know, always chase your dreams. And that's what I would really give. Like, don't just because you're young, don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. You know, it might take a long time for you to get to the top, but it's gonna all be worth it in the end.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what's the new projects coming up, man? I know we have a show coming up here, I believe towards the end of March. Is it like the
March
25th?
25th,
Oh,
yes, the Music Fest Orlando. I'm gonna be performing alongside with Fantasia, Plies, Babyface, Life Jennings. It's gonna be that's the show that I was practicing for. So I'm doing a 20 minute set. So it's gonna be real lit. So make sure you get your tickets at musicfestorlando.com. Also, I just recorded this new song. We plan on dropping it sometime in July in the summertime. It's a banger.
okay.
It's a banger. I haven't let anyone hear it yet, but I might do a little sample to it, a little video, and let my fans hear it. Also, I have my TV series that's coming out.
Okay.
Episode 1 just dropped. You can check my Instagram. I did post it. What else I got coming out? Yeah, that's really about it. Oh, also to the song Touch Me, I'm also filming the music video. I'm getting all of my ideas and everything together. We should be filming that probably around like next month. So be on the lookout for that too.
Okay, okay. Now, as
Yeah.
far as like the shows go, have you traveled? Because I've seen you somewhere everywhere from what it looks like. Like, do you have any out of Florida shows coming up? When, if so, how do they go about booking you?
Not as I know of, but I am traveling to Atlanta. I usually have all of my shows in Atlanta. Like Georgia, they love me out there. So, but I am going to Atlanta. I'm going to be a special guest for this networking event that they're having out there in April, early April. So I'll be in ATL. But to book me, you can DM me on Instagram or you can DM Risky Business Entertainment, which is my management, and that's how you can book me.
Okay. Now, as far as to still digging in, man, because I got you for a minute, man. That was
Yeah.
just, I definitely wanted to get that out because, like I say, it's like you got a fire going right now. It's like silly, and it's
Hmm.
only going to grow and do massive damage in the most positive way possible. But man, digging into your brain, man, what do you think as far as your character as Pretty Image? What sets you apart from other artists other than the age that you mentioned earlier that you're the youngest to do it? Image wise, what sets you apart from the other artists that's out right
I feel like my flow, especially everybody says they love my cadence. Especially with the song First Place, they say they love my cadence. I'm very clear with my words. Also what I rap about, or yeah, you could say what I rap about. I rap differently. I rap about different things than other artists may rap about,
now?
especially female artists. Um, People say that all the time too,
Yeah.
that I rap about different things. Um, I would really say that my cadence and everything.
You're absolutely humble, so I definitely get that, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that too.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
of
very
course.
humble, and that's something that is extremely needed in the game. That my brother Block, he speaks a lot about the youth. So when I ran into you and like seeing that and seeing how you show up, for one, you respond.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And you have the numbers to where there are people that don't. They won't respond. They feel a certain way. You have a humbleness to you, and that instantly attracted me to your story. So from there is when I did my homework, and I'm looking. I'm like, yo, she's actually on something. And when you're
Hmm.
humble like that, you can't do nothing but grow from
Right.
that, man. So I want to dig back, going back into it, man. You said you were in a duo with your
Yeah.
sister, and then you guys decided to go ahead and go your separate ways in 2021.
Hmm.
What was that transition like becoming a solo artist?
I wouldn't really say it was a hard transition, really. Because I feel like with being solo, it's easier for me to, you know, say what I want to say on my songs, despite having, with my sister with me, and then I have to be like, okay, I'll take the first verse, you take the second verse, or da da da. So I feel like it's easier. It was a little weird in the beginning because it's like I'm always used to having my sister on the stage with me or like in the studio with me recording, but instantly I really like adapted to being, a solo artist.
Okay. So there was no fear there when you first took that step out on your own. It was just
Never.
maybe a different feeling. Yeah, no fear
Yeah,
there.
because
Yeah.
I've always been in, in front of crowds, like big crowds performing ever since I was 5. So like I never had a fear of going up stage, like on the stage by myself or anything. But it was just a weird feeling because I'm so used to having her on the stage or her in the studio recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's dope. So more about the modeling side of it. Do you have any projects with that, or as far as is that something that can be seen? Is that something that you're going to continue to do? As far as the modeling goes, is that just been done and that's over with?
I feel like it hasn't been done, but I have some, some photographers that do hit me up and wants to do like a photo shoot, for promo and all that. I still do that. I still do the modeling. I'm really big on just the acting right now, and as well as my music.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
And how did you get into the love of the acting portion? You say you have a movie that's coming out. Oh, not a movie. I'm sorry, a series
yeah.
that's out right now. Now, how did you get about that? Give me some info on that. 'Cause I'm definitely coming to look for it after this live.
So really how I got into it was ever since I was young, people would just like random strangers would come up to my parents and be like, "Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. You guys should get her into acting and modeling and you guys should do that, da da da." So when I turned 8, my parents was like, "Do you want to do acting and modeling?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah, let's do it." And they signed me up and then like I used to have like these gigs, like the modeling gigs, the acting gigs, like doing commercials and little skits here and there. So I grew a love for it. Especially my whole life, I always been in drama class at my school, doing different plays and stuff. So that's how I grew up. My parents actually signed me up for it because people used to be like, "You should just put her in acting and modeling and da da da." So I'm like, "Okay, yeah, let's try it out."
You so go with the flow, man. It's like you
Yeah.
take a lot of chances. You know that's gonna open more doors than you realize. So that when you say that, that automatically makes me think, you know what? That means there's gonna be more things for her to come about.
Yeah.
So again, man, like I say, multiple hats. Gotta
Yes.
go to the interesting fact. I waited purposely for this. Now, guys, once again, welcome to Logic Lounge with your boy Fleezy Jones, episode 16, brought to you by Black Legend 7. We're talking with Pretty Image right now. And if you've been tuning in since we started, you hear all these hats that this young lady wears. Here's the interesting fact about her. The woman plays piano. I'm gonna
Yes.
wait for a second. Just piano. You heard it. Acting, modeling, singing, rapping, piano. I need a little info on that. Is that from the school that you know how you say you were with the arts? How did you get into the
Um,
piano thing?
I asked my dad to sign me up for piano lessons. I think I was about in like middle school. I asked him to sign me up for piano lessons, and I had took piano lessons. I was gonna take guitar lessons, but I didn't do that. I should have took guitar lessons so I could play guitar too.
Wow.
But I took piano lessons. I also took vocal lessons, singing lessons as well. But I know how to play like a few songs. I know how to play Billie Eilish, "Ocean Eyes" on the piano, but I haven't done it in a little minute, so I might be a little rusty.
Okay, because I was gonna ask next, like, is that something that we could see in the future, like Pretty Image doing a thing, like
I
behind the
should.
piano?
Yeah, it was times that I played piano. My dad was like, "Well, you should record yourself doing it on playing on Instagram." And I'm like, "You think I should?" So I might actually do that and do it on Instagram and post it for you guys.
I'm gonna need you to.
Okay, I got you.
I'm gonna second pops on this one, man, because like I say, that's a lot of hats, a lot of hats at such a young age, and you just do it so fluently. So now I want to dig a little deeper into your brain, if I could.
Hmm.
What is the difference between Miss Riley and Pretty Emage? Are there two different people?
I would say yeah. I say especially when I'm performing, when I step on that stage, it's pretty image shows. But when I'm home and I'm just, myself, I'm real chill. I'm real like laid back. I do like, my meditations, you know, I do, uh, yeah. So it's really like a Pretty Image is chill too, but like when she get on that stage, it's straight fire. But me personally, like myself, I'm real chill. I'm real laid back, and it really shows at the shows too. Like when I first get to the shows, like I'm like I say hey to my fans, and then I sit and then I'm just like getting myself together to prepare to get on the stage. So I really don't really talk to nobody. Like I'm to myself. I'm real quiet until I get on that stage, and then it's just like a whole different person.
So it is two different people.
Yeah, I feel like Miss Riley is quiet, Pretty Images.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's actually what I thought, but I just had to know because, like I say again, you're doing so much, and it may have took a while, but you were very open to things. You know what I mean? You're very realistic. You're very humble, even able to talk to somebody like myself to get your
Yeah.
story because that's what I wanted to know because you're doing so much. We want to know, like, man, who is this person? The person behind the actual talent, which leads me to my next question. And of course, I know major inspiration does come from your father, but do you have any who does Pretty Image listen to right now as far as other artists? Do you have outside inspiration in the industry and who are they?
They're mostly female artists. Like I really love Glorilla. I feel like she just be speaking real facts. She's really hardcore. I feel like she's different too. Like a different, like a female rapper. I really love Big Lotto too as well. I think those would be
Okay.
like my top two.
Okay. Any specific singers?
Um, I really like Janae Aiko, Seven Streeter. Um, I be listening to K Michelle now, like here and there. But yeah.
Okay. Okay, man. You ain't got no old schoolers in there, man. I'm gonna need you to. I know you got
Um,
somebody in the vault now.
I mean, I listen to old school music. Sometimes I listen to
Yeah.
old R&B. Like, what's his name? Uh, is it Marcus? What is his name? It's the one song was like, "Baby, turn the lights down, let's get naked." Who sang
Yeah,
that song?
Marcus Houston. That's the whole.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that.
Okay.
I've been listening to Silk
Okay.
sometimes. Um, yeah, I got a whole R&B list, old school R&B list.
Okay. That's dope. That is dope. So, as far as like projects right now, do we have a specific album that's dropping?
No, just focus on my Sincerely Baby Girl album. But like I said, my new song, Chanel Bag, it'll be dropping in like July, like around my birthday sometime in the summer. And yeah,
Okay. Okay. And it now is the album, the sincerely. You say the sincerely yours.
baby, Sincerely Baby Girl.
Sincerely, baby girl.
Hmm.
Is it just gonna be straight hip hop? Because I did notice Addicted. That's on there. Is that all we're getting, or are we getting the full mix of the R&B and the hip
Um,
hop artists?
Sincerely Baby Girl, the album is out now. First Place is on there as well. So you got
Okay, that's what I got.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you got some some rap and then you got some R&B. Most of it is really like singing, really.
Yeah.
So really like an R&B, but I got like, some songs that I rap on that's on there too.
And you said you actually did voice lessons. You
Yeah,
actually
I
had
did
a vocal
singing lessons.
coach.
Yeah, I've always knew how to sing, but my dad, he wanted to, improve the singing. So I did take a little vocal lessons as well with a
Okay.
piano lesson.
Okay. Okay. Now in school, wanting to go into the education part, do you have a degree? Are you still in school? Are you still doing
Um,
the work, career, and school as far as juggling right now?
I'm taking a break right now, but I'm in SPC college going for my AA for business. Yeah.
Okay.
But that was a lot as well. Like doing my schoolwork and then music and then my actual job, like that was a lot. A lot. Yes.
Okay. And you're making it to a point where definitely, man, it's just gonna be the career itself. Because like
Hmm.
I said, this is popping enormous rate. It's coming very fast, and like I say, it's definitely getting attention to where you know you definitely got mine. So
Yes.
we got first place a video. Now I want to talk about the show coming up here. You say you got a 20-minute spot in the
Yeah.
show.
20
Okay.
minutes set. Yes.
And you already got what you're gonna do. Like, what was your inspiration as far as this show? Is this one of your bigger shows, or is this like where level is this show? Because I noticed you have been plugging it a lot. So is this like one of your biggest shows up to date for you?
This is one of the biggest shows I would say. Only because it's a 20-minute set. And then it's like I'm not opening up for the major artists. I'm performing
Okay.
alongside with them. So it's not like I'm an opener.
Nice.
So I'm performing alongside. And then it's gonna be like over 20,000 people there. Over 20,000 people there. So, and I also have my backup dancers. Shout out to Showtime's Dance Studios. So this is a huge show.
This
And
is
it's gonna
the
be a lot of opportunities, a lot of eyes watching me. You know, it's gonna be a lot of important people there. So I gotta put on the best show ever.
okay. And is this the biggest crowd that you performed in front of, being
Yes,
20,000
I would
people?
say by far, yes. This is gonna be the biggest crowd. Yes.
How are your nerves there? Because how you're explaining it to me, man, you're just like Teflon right now. Like, are there any, I don't want to say stage fright, but are there any like anxiety, like anticipation? Like, how are you dealing with that right now? Because that's right around the corner.
I feel like it's just more of a lot of excitement and a more of like a I can't believe I'm gonna be on stage with like all of these people and be backstage with them because the person over the event he was saying how he's gonna uh try to get me to meet all of them like Plies and all of them backstage. So I'm like, okay, like yeah, like this is gonna be like real dope and like real fun for everybody to see, showcase my talent in front of thousands of people. So it's more of like an excitement, not more of like a oh I'm nervous, but I'm excited to do this.
That's what's up, man. And I know you're gonna absolutely kill it.
Of
Like,
course.
will this be recorded? Will we be able? Because I'm out in the Windy City, so unfortunately I won't be able to attend, or I would definitely be there. But is this gonna be recorded to where we'll be able to see
Yes,
this?
I'm gonna have my cameraman shout out the Vibes Gen TV. He's gonna be recording my whole performance. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna have videographers there too as well.
Okay, so it may be available
Yes,
for us
it
to
is.
see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I gotta ask y'all. I don't care who gets mad at this, because when I'm on Logic Lounge, I get to pick the brain of the artist. And if y'all like it, that's cool. I want to know, man, the story behind the song "Addicted," because that song it was well made, and like I say, I picked my two for a reason. Like, I want to know, what were you thinking for as far as the song with "Addicted" and as far as the song with "First Place"?
With Addicted, I believe I came up with the hook first. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I had a boo at the time. So, that was also like an inspiration with Addicted too, because, I was always hanging out with him, da, da, da. So I think I had a boo at the time, and that was, kind of like the inspiration of Addicted too. More of like a sexy feel type song. With First Place, I knew that I had to have a hip hop banger on there. I knew I needed to have a club banger that all the DJs could play at the clubs. And when I think I came up with the hook with that too first. And I was like, you know what, let's just talk about getting to the money. Like this is, my first project I'm gonna put out solo. And I was like, because I'm always humble. Like First Place is really about, staying humble because you're always in that first place, getting to the money, getting to the bag. So that's really what that's about. That's how I really came up with that song.
And I gotta say, man, being from, that's why I asked at the beginning, you're born and raised in Tampa, like you have like that song it doesn't give me Florida vibes, no disrespect intended. I almost thought, man, you were from the city almost.
Yeah.
I literally did not know you were a Florida girl until I got the information I got, man. Is that it's like you got that different type of, you got the hip hop vibe. It's like an
Right.
actual hip hop vibe. So man, that is dope. That is dope. And again, those just coming in, welcome to Logic Lounge with your boy Fleezy Jones. Episode 16. This is brought to you again by the great Block Legend 7. We are having a sit down with the great Pretti Emage, who is about to have a banged up show coming up here at the end of the
Yes.
month. I need all my Florida people to stand up, man. Go and get your tickets. Do what you got to do. Go and see her. Go and see her, man. So you said you have dancers.
Yes.
You actually have it to where you plan out your sets and things like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Can you give me like as far as this show that's coming up? Did you have a specific plan with this set, and if so, what was it?
So really, um, me and my manager sat down. We was like, okay, like we know we got to put on the biggest show ever, so we got to have backup dancers. And meaning, like, I know, like, since I've been dancing since I was 5, I know how to dance. So like,
Yeah.
why not? Let's use that talent to their advantage. So really, the choreographer, it's her dance team. The choreographer, she really like. We was like, I'm pretty sure it's a big stage, so we're just gonna use that stage to the advantage that we can use it. So really, she planned out everything of how we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna do here, we're gonna pose here, and then we're gonna dance here. So really, she had, the vision really of how this performance is gonna go. When am I gonna chime in and dance with the dancers and everything like that? When am I gonna interact with the crowd? So really, her choreography, the choreographer, she put, together the vision with everything.
Okay. That is super dope, man. You got a choreographer and everything. That's well thought out. That is how you succeed, man, when you take the time to actually put work into your actual craft.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now I want to go back to, like I say, the humbleness that I see from you as a person.
Yeah.
How do you feel about features right now? Are there artists that could get to you as far as the features, and how would they go about doing that?
Um, for features, they really just some. I have some people that DM me. I usually just send them to my management because he'll like he's does all of that with like the booking of the shows and the booking of the features. So if you do want a feature, you can DM me and I can just send you to my management, or you could inbox Risky Business Entertainment.
So
But
are you like open to like
oh yeah,
any
I'm
feature?
always open, yeah, to features and stuff with other artists.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does it matter the genre, anything like that?
Mm-mm.
You have such a flow. That is just a different way of looking at stuff, man. Like to be I'm amazed. I keep on saying that, but I am. Love the spirit that you have on top of the actual talent behind that spirit. So that leads me, man. You're very young. You're doing this your thing. You got a lot going on. Do you have an actual end goal as far as your career? And if so, what is the end goal for Pretty Air?
I feel like my end goal is to get signed to a big label. My manager as well, he's like, he's my dad. He's like, I'm ready to sign you over. So, if a big deal comes to us, a big major deal, I want to be signed, to a big label.
Now,
That's
are
the end
you
goal.
so now? Does that mean as far as like what type of deal? There's distribution. Are you looking to like represent an actual label? You're open to something like
Hmm.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any particular in mind?
No, I did not have none in mind. But it was I think a label from Canada looking at me. Um, I think they've been going back and forth with my management about that, but I just want to make sure that the deal is right, go over contracts and everything, make sure like everything is legit, there's no scam, no nothing going on. Like I don't want to get messed up over in the end because some people they don't be reading contracts, they just be like, oh, money, and just sign it. No, I don't want to be like
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's a good way. And that's the reason I asked that, man. And again, picking your brain again with what you got going on, right? This is definitely a personal question. Um, you get a lot of attention. You got a busy schedule, right?
Hmm.
How do you deal with two things. There are people that are going to naturally hate, and then there are those who hate that were once friends. Have you ran into that at your age? And if so, how do you deal with things like that and still keep your career going?
Yeah, I know with some people that are in Tampa that do hate. Some are like older men, and some are some other artists that are in Tampa. But I really don't let it phase me because at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep going. You're not putting money in my pocket, so why am I gonna entertain you with you hating on me? You hating on somebody that's younger. You should be supportive, just like how I'm supporting other artists. Like I would never hate because at the end of the day, we should be uplifting each other as artists. So I just be like, it is what it is. You gonna hate, you gonna hate. You're not putting money in my pockets.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you ever ran into, because for you to have that answer, right, has there ever been a time where you had to learn that? Where you were like, okay, why are you hating on me? Is that something that you just naturally felt because of your cadence? Or is there an experience that you may have went through that got you to that cadence?
Me and my manager, like we be talking because we noticed that it is some haters that are in Tampa that be hating on me because of how far that I've have come. And it was a point I was like, dang, like why would they hate on little old me? Like I'm the youngest of the game.
Yeah,
But I had to, like forget all that. Like I can't be worried about that. I
yeah,
can't be worried about that because I have an end goal. I know where I want to be. So I can't worry about the next person and what they hating on me about because I know that I'm a good artist. And I can't help it. So it is what it is.
yeah. And honestly, for me, even having this talk with you, why would a person hate on somebody that real, somebody that down to earth,
Yeah.
willing to talk, actually about something and willing to share that. The people we deal with in the industry, people are all fighting to get on top of something when we're all individuals.
Right.
We're all going to be, listen, there's a Fleezy Jones. Craig. You didn't know who I was until I came, like, hey, it's me, Fleezy, but
Yeah.
I have my people. You have your people. There's no room for that type of
Right.
hatred. So it's amazing to me, and I have to make mention because, like I say, my brother Block is huge on the youth. And I love to hear that because that's what we need. You guys are the future. That's
Of
what it
course.
is. So you're right. There's no need for a grown up to be hating on you. There's definitely no need for nobody your age to be hating on you when they can grow with you.
Of
You know what
course.
I mean?
Right.
So definitely, man, with that, I absolutely love, love, love that answer, man. So um you say you're taking a break on school right now, but
Hmm.
um I want to ask the hypothetical. Will you still go back even when the career takes off? Because it's coming. You know what I mean? It's absolutely coming, and you say there's a break now, but is that something that you're going to go back to for sure, or it really depends on what happens in the future?
I think it really just depends on what happens in the future. Cause I mean, I really don't. I feel like I really don't need it
Yeah,
to like start my own business. Really, I really don't need school. Anybody can start their own business.
that's
So I
right.
feel like it all depends on in the future.
Okay, leading me. See, you're making this easy for me. That segue into my next question. Now, you said your end goal as far as your career. Now, let's say Pretty Image got to the deal, right? We're here. We're at the deal. We're making money. We're doing what we're doing. Will there be other venues, or have you thought about that, like businesses or stores, clothing, anything like that in the works for your future?
Oh yeah, of course, clothing. Also, I do have a website. I have shoes that me and my manager we have put together that we made called Devachi Street. You can order them on my website. I also do have like shirts. Like I have one right now.
Okay,
Like
see,
so,
I asked the
I
question
do have
for a reason.
merchandise.
Yeah.
I do
Okay.
have merchandise, but I do want to do like my own clothing line. I did think about like I thought about opening up like my own shop where like it's like a nail salon. They do facials there, waxes, like a beauty shop. And I did have that in mind. I want to do that too. So it's different businesses that I do want to open up.
Okay. Okay. Well, that
Yeah.
is what's up, man. That is what's up. I love that. And again with the end goal with the label, man, you do realize, and I just gotta say it, you do realize that you may get to a point that you won't need them.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? Because I cannot stress enough. You haven't hit 10 years
Right.
yet.
Right.
And like I say, people, if you haven't already, when you go look at these numbers, you're gonna understand why I'm pressing this so much. Because like I say, it's just like it's out of nowhere. But she's been here the whole time. Because like you said, you're so well poised on it, right? You have a natural like you're already there
Right.
by your attitude. You're already there by your talent. The way like when I was looking at the videos, how you interact with the camera. You said when you explained how you're going to do your shows, you literally interact with the crowd. People don't think like that.
Yeah.
So I say again that there may be a time where you just actually don't need them, man. So, man, like I say, I am so excited. This was awesome. You are awesome for
Thank
coming
you.
here today. No, man, thank you, man. I can't thank you enough, man. So how I do it at the end, man, is there anything, any final words, like any other than the show itself, man? Give the people your promo again, tell them where they can find you and everything you want to do real quick before we get out of here.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at PRETTI_EMAGE. And on Facebook and Twitter, it's Pretti Emage, PRETTIEMAGE. And then you can check out my website, prettyimage.com. That has all my merchandise. Also, it has all of my music on there and music videos and, my social media and everything. And, I want to give a shout out to Risky Business Entertainment. Shout out to Momager. Shout out to my friends. Shout out to Showtime's Dance Studio. That's going to be on stage with me March 25th. Make sure you get your tickets at musicfestorlando.com. And shout out to you for having me on here because I really enjoyed this interview. This is one of the greatest interviews I had. I'm not gonna lie, like you really did, like you dig deep inside my brain. You really did. I loved it.
Thank you. That means a lot. I really appreciate you coming, man. And I definitely, you are always welcome to the lounge, man. Like I am looking forward to everything that's going to happen for you. I'm going to be right there. So expect me, poking in and everything. You're going to be like, oh, that's Fleezy. Hey, man, who's that? No, that's just Fleezy. Man, so thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate your kind words. And thank you to everybody that came out tonight to check us out, man. You guys are lovely. I hope you guys have a great evening. Again, this is brought to you by the Great Block Legend 7. And I'm going to end it like this. Living off good instinct counts. So always keep your logic. And we out.
We out.